fought the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Saw content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil.
Alright guys, how is it going today? I hope you are all doing well.
Could be
Today
better.
I am going to continue to talk about buying your games physically and digitally. This is a video that I uploaded yesterday. You guys should definitely check that out. Now I want to do this video.
Yeah, the one that he uploaded before this was 5 good reasons on why you should buy a physical and digital. He's trying to get you to buy both of them. Omega Chase, I can actually see one of these for once. How's it going there, Omega Chase? It is good to have you here this morning. But yeah, he actually wants you to buy a physical game and a digital game. Both. Double dip, because he's so desperate for Nintendo's games. He wants to influence the numbers. He wants to inflate their numbers so badly. That's how desperate he is for Nintendo to be on top.
Video again, just for the simple reason that I was winded and out of breath yesterday when I was making that video. And so it's kind of hard for me to deliver the message.
Just as shitty as you did before.
I actually have just one more thing that I forgot to mention in that video. So without further ado, let me just explain 5 or 6 reasons why you should not only just buy certain games physically, but you should get them digitally as well. Basically,
see, there's only one reason I will ever sit here and accept why you should buy a game physical and one digital. For instance, if you want to buy a physical game, whether it's a special edition or the base game, you want to keep it sealed so you can keep it on the shelf. One day it could be worth some money. You never know. The original base Halo game, you know how much that game is worth if you have a sealed copy? So yeah, it could be worth some money. But he isn't advocating for like that. He just wants you to double dip so he can get people to inflate the sale numbers for the games. And exactly, their player negative. How stupid are these guys? They're very stupid. All these fanboys are just a bunch of crybabies. You can't have an option without getting a tech, or an opinion without getting a tech. Exactly.
you just double dip. So
we all know
games
Nuki
that are
likes to
like
attack
perfect
people.
to revisit. Games like Super Smash Bros. The best and most recent example being Kirby Air Riders. Games that are super fun, always good to revisit. They have lots of content in them. It's good to have those games.
Is that you, man? I am ashamed. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Physically and digitally for the sake of preserving your physical copy. So a lot of people like to
You don't need to buy a digital game to preserve the physical copy. How about you just buy it digital? I mean, every single reason you come up with, because I've seen this video, you might as well just buy a digital copy. Just that's it. You don't need to buy both of them.
to go traveling, right? And they like to take their Nintendo Switch console with them, their Switch or Switch 2. And there has been a video very recently by Kit and Krista, the Kit and Krista podcast, or Kit and Krista show, Kit and Krista show, and Kit.
Oh, okay, that's Kit and Krista. I thought that was you for a second, because I'm like, that voice does not match that face. But the girl did look familiar.
You know, these were people who used to be on the Nintendo Minute or whatever when they used to work for Nintendo. Kit had told a story or something about losing some physical games, some Switch 2 physical games just recently, because they went traveling to Japan, I believe. And
can he get on with it already?
When he came back, he realized that I think he was either missing a case that had physical games in it. So he probably lost, you know, a handful of games, maybe 4 physical.
Well, that's why you got to be more careful with your physical games. You know, I've gone on trips before with my physical games and I've never once lost any of them. But I did lose my Nintendo Switch, my first one. I left it at a hotel room, but technically did have a game in it. And then when I called back the hotel, they were like, "Oh, we can't find it." I'm like, "Oh, of course you can't."
Games, right? And you got to imagine that's a lot. That's a lot of money wasted right there.
That's why, if you're worried about losing your physical games, just buy a digital. There's no point, absolutely none. Like I said, unless you want to keep a sealed copy, hopefully it goes up in value. That's the only reason. You might as well just buy a digital copy and that's it. Just get it digital. If you're so afraid of losing your physical copies, just buy digital. There's no reason to try to get people to inflate these numbers higher than what they need to be. And just like Omega Chase said, what, the scalpers didn't inflate the sales numbers enough? Obviously not. He's trying to get them inflated even more.
Probably like $280 worth of games he lost, assuming they're all big AAA games. Here's the thing, if he would have downloaded those games digitally as well,
I mean, Kirby
so
Air
he
Riders
could just
is not a
play them
AAA
on
game.
the go on his Nintendo Switch without having to bring his physical cartridges with him, then
That's
he
why
wouldn't-
you
that
just
wouldn't have
buy
been a problem. He
digital.
wouldn't have lost his physical games, and he wouldn't have to be buying them again. So now you think, okay, well, I mean, either way, you're still paying for the game twice. Yeah, but
That's why you just should buy it a digital. That's it. There's no need to buy it physical. Do you understand there, Nuki? Come on, I see through the bullshit you're trying to do. You're not trying to sit here and be like, oh, we'll just buy them too in case you lose them or anything. No, you want to inflate the numbers, be honest.
like there's no benefit to you buying the game again because you lost it the first time. Whereas if you had bought the game again digitally, then you wouldn't have lost your physical copies because there's no need to bring your physical.
Or you just buy it digital to begin with. If you're that afraid of buying it or losing a physical copy, you might as well just buy a digital. Never stopped anybody else. This makes no sense. Oh, buy it both.
Copies with you. Like I stated in the last video, you have those games digitally. You don't need to bring your physical copies, and they actually games run.
If you just have it digitally, you don't need to buy it physically. The only point, like I said, the only point of buying it physical is if you plan on never opening it, hopefully it goes up in value. But if you're going to buy them both, there's absolutely no point to play the physical copy then.
Better when they are downloaded digitally to your internal storage. So that would be my other point. My second point to the video is the fact that games do run better when they are downloaded to your console, your internal.
My guy, you got to fix that damn mic. That is a terrible ass mic. I don't know where the hell you're at, but we can hear like some reverb going on. But yes, digital games do run better. That actually is true. That cartridge, the read times are not fast enough to run the games properly. When I played Age of Imprisonment and when I played Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, the load times were very slow. Now, they're not as bad, like I said before in the video, they're not as bad as the PS2. Okay, if anybody remembers the PS2 era, those load times were ridiculous. If you remember playing Madden, or if you remember playing Blitz the League, oh, those load times were horrible. Those were unacceptable. Now, the Switch 2 games are not that bad, but they do take longer than what it would if you would have played it on a PC or a PS5.
Storage, right? Not so much if they're downloaded to an SD card, but when they're downloaded to your internal storage, they run better than they do when they're on a cartridge.
Oh, that's very true there, Nuki. But Raymond YouTube 1 actually has a very good point. If you're afraid of losing your physical copy, just use the Nintendo Switch cartridge dumper. And like I said, back up your physical copy onto your PC. There you go. That's problem solved right there. You don't have to sit here, go spend another $70 to go and buy another copy of the game. You can just back your game up. That's the whole reason why you should be backing up your games there, Nuki. Bet you didn't think of that idea, but let me guess, that doesn't benefit Nintendo now, does it?
So there's two reasons already right there, is the fact that they're going to run better digitally when they're downloaded to your internal storage, and
that's why you should
the
get
fact
digital over
that you
physical,
don't have
yes.
to worry about losing your games when you go traveling, because
That's why you should back them up.
you have them downloaded there digitally, so you could just keep the physical copy at home. Now, this brings me to a new point that I didn't mention in the last video.
Yeah, let's hear it.
It's better to have a game digitally as well, so that way you can play with friends who don't have that game. So if a friend comes over, a girlfriend comes over,
That's why you should just get it digital to begin with. Nuki, you're not making a good point to sit here and have a physical and a digital. You're not making good points. All these points so far is just advocating to go all digital. That's all your points are making.
some family members come over and they bring their Nintendo Switch console with them, whether it be the Switch 1 or the Switch 2.
You gotta do something about
Now-
that mic, my guy.
Since you have the game digitally, you could just quickly lend them your physical copy, so they could just, boot that up into their own Nintendo Switch, and they could start playing that game with you. And
Or you can tell your friend just to go buy another damn copy of the game himself. No need for you to own two just to give to a friend. I mean, come on here.
Multiplayer. So for
And don't most of the Nintendo's games have the game sharing feature anyways, where you could share it with a friend anyways, like the digital copy? I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain they already have that.
For example, if you got Kirby Air Riders digitally and physically as well, but they don't have the game, you could just lend them your cartridge. You already have the game downloaded digitally on your system, and there you go. You guys are able to play the game together. That's another great benefit too.
Like I said, I'm pretty positive that you can just easily get a digital copy and do a game sharing feature. I don't know. Here, let me look it up. Okay, here, let me pull out my trusty phone real quick. Where is it? Let me pull out my trusty phone. Okay, does Kirby Air Riders have game share feature? Yes, Kirby Air Riders supports Nintendo's Game Share feature on the Nintendo Switch 2, allowing you to play local multiplayer with a friend who don't own the game, using game chat to connect and share the experience on a single console with up to 4 players or across multiple systems via local wireless or LAN. So yes, you don't even need to have the physical copy to lend them. You can just do the game share feature. And if you're going to go online, that means you already have to pay for online to play with them anyways.
Getting the games, you know, both physically and digitally. So
you see how
some
easy
people
it
were
is?
trying to argue, some moron who doesn't like my YouTube channel, but he still talks about me on his YouTube channel. You know, he was using that as an argument. Oh,
well, remember, Nuki, you came at me first, okay? Don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
you only named reasons to get the games digitally, but not to get them both physically and digitally. Even though, you know, getting the game digitally will help you not lose the game physically when you go.
Just get it digital then, or back up your physical like Raven YouTube once said.
So, you know, that's basically, I mean, it's at that point, you know, I'm pretty much talking about getting them both, right? Physically and digitally.
Yes, I already accept that you're trying to get them both, because what you want to do is inflate Nintendo sales numbers. That's what you're doing.
Because people do like to collect the games, you know, physically. They like having that physical collection. So getting the game digitally also will ensure that you don't lose those games. And
yes, people do like to have it physical. But then there's no point in even opening up the physical game to begin with if you're going to buy a digital.
again, it's not to get every single game. Not to get, you don't have to double dip with every game. It's just the ones that are so fun, you can always revisit them and play them again. And I think the perfect...
I mean, you have yet to really show any example. Kirby Air Riders is not one of those examples.
examples would be Kirby Air Riders, Splatoon 3, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Super Smash Bros.
Okay, Smash Bros. You named 3. Kirby Air Riders is not a part of the conversation, no matter how much you want it to be.
Those would be like the best examples. Those are games that are so fun, you can always revisit them again. So why not have digital versions as well that you can always play? And then, you know, whatever game is probably fun to play through one time or whatever, you could just have that cartridge in the console at all times, right? Like a Metroid Prime 4 would be a perfect example of a game.
Well, Metroid Prime 4 is not a perfect example. Unfortunately, that game is not worth replaying a second time. Not gonna happen. Okay, I am done with this video. And that's it for the video. If you truly enjoyed it, do me a favor and hit the like button, hit the hype button, share it around, and make sure you're subscribed. I post a long video every day, and I also go live Monday morning at 5 a.m. Pacific time, where I react to the saltiest fanboys around. And also, make sure you subscribe, because I'm really trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I really need your help. If you really want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. It's only $1 a month. You'll get special badges, custom emotes, and of course your name shouted at the end of every video. And once that list gets too long, don't worry, I will turn it into a full-on credit roll so everybody gets their chance to shine. Also, don't forget to check out the merch if you want to rep the Vigilante Fire. And as always, until next time guys, stay vigilant. And now it's time to read off the members of the channel. We got Koros Objective, Maximilian Pegasus 88, and I want to give a special shout out to both of them. You guys just became members for the last 6 months. Thank you. We got MattFox94, Evil Rolio, Oh No It's Justin, Narya, Camero28, C-Stars Piplup, JWesby65, Geezer Noob, Dustin360, That PlayStation Gamer, Steven Ramy, Matthew Buckley, Johnny Bones Jones, Trigger is Groot, Ari Kawaios, Blue Moon, Bunny Keese, Jean Mar, A1K300, Kawabi Asaria, Pokefan, Starlight Mirror, Crystal Woe, Raymond YouTube1, Byron Morse, King Paco Nintendo Lover, Yep That Was Me, Jake Spider Monkey, Dave C, Thomas Ember Breath, Bizarre, The Fat Man, Dylan Hout Telling, Matthew Senis, James the Albino, UBX, Charlotte Jackson, Farmer Jim LR, Spectre, Faithful Okataka, and Princess Leela. Thank you so much for becoming part of the crew.
You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hard